Nonfiction author Gail Gibbons. In 1944, Gail Gibbons was born in Oak Park, Illinois. As a young child, she remembers compiling and creating books. She wrote her first picture book at the age of 4. It consisted of 4 pages that were bound together with yarn. In kindergarten, Gail's teacher noticed her artistic talents and alerted Gail's parents. Her parents realized that their daughter had a true talent and enrolled her in art classes. As she created unique and realistic pictures, Gail began to write stories to connect with her illustrations. After high school, Gail went to the University of Illinois to study graphic design. After graduating college, she moved to New York City, where she received a job of creating artwork for television shows. Eventually, she was asked to do the artwork for a children's show, Take a Giant Step, which is a PBS show. While doing the children's show, some of the children were the first to suggest that Gail should create children's books. That's exactly what Gail did. Her mind immediately recalled how much she enjoyed creating books as a child. She couldn't stop her mind from thinking about ideas for books. In 1975, she began writing Willie and His Wheel Wagon, and it immediately got published. Since then, Gail has written and illustrated over 135 nonfiction books. Gail chose to create and write nonfiction books because she loves researching so much. When she was a child, she would always ask her parents tons and tons of questions about everything. She would ask her parents over and over, how does that work? So she decided to write nonfiction books because she would get to continue to ask questions and learn about topics through endless amounts of research. Gail states, while doing research for my book, Nature's Green Umbrella, Tropical Rainforests, I traveled to 2 beautiful islands where there are tropical rainforests. Gail states, I had a great time writing and illustrating this book, as well as getting to actually experience tropical rainforests myself. It was a wonderful experience. I get a lot of pleasure from doing the type of work I do. Gail Gibbons' books are extremely accurate because she goes right to the source when researching about a particular topic. For example, she has been on the 17th floor of a skyscraper in progress to speak with truck drivers about how their rig equipment works. She has also dismantled every clock in her house and would have gone deep-sea diving to research a sunken ship had the sea waters not been too turbulent and dangerous. Here's a video clip from Gail Gibbons.
One of my very first books, it was a nonfiction book, was called Clocks and How They Go. What's bizarre is when I was around 7 years old, I tore an entire clock apart and tried to put it back together again. So I think it's sort of strange that all of those years went by, and all of a sudden I found myself tearing another clock apart, trying to figure out how it went back together. So I was always asking my parents questions. In fact, I probably drove them crazy, because I was always saying, why, what, like that was just the way I was.
Some of Gail's books include Apples, Monarch Butterfly, My Basketball Book, Fire, Fire, Ice Cream, Zoo, Recycle, Check It Out, Valentine's Day, Christmas Is, Tornadoes, Elephants of Africa, Snakes, Surrounded by the Sea, The Vegetables We Eat, Corn, Dinosaurs, Alligators and Crocodiles, and many, many more. Gail's books are extremely informative and teach the reader many interesting facts. She does a great job creating a story with facts instead of just a structured, informative text. Gail has such a unique writing style that children and adults of all ages absolutely love her books. Gail also reserves 5 weeks per year to do author visits at schools and meet with children who love her books. Most of the time, Gail lives in Corinth, Vermont, in the middle of 300 acres with her husband, Kent. Gail and Kent also live with their dog Wilbur and 2 pet cats named Miles and Davis. Gail and Kent also have 2 children, Rebecca and Eric, as well as 2 grandchildren, Greta and Lorenzo. Gail has many hobbies such as swimming, boating, hiking, nature, but her favorites are reading and creating books. Since Gail lives in a cozy house surrounded by nature, there are a lot of wild animals that live on her property. Gail loves her house because she enjoys waking up and observing nature, wildlife, and the beautiful environment such as sunsets. Gail and Kent also spend a lot of time on an island off the coast of Maine in a little farmhouse that they own. Gail's book, Christmas on an Island, is about Christmas on this island. When Gail has some free time from writing books, Kent, Gail, and their friend Dennis make maple syrup in the spring. Their syrup business is called Goose Green Maple Syrup Company. It takes 40 gallons of sap from the maple tree to make only 1 gallon of maple syrup. The sap must be boiled for hours to become syrup. You can actually go online and buy some of Gail's syrup. Gail has always had a passion for drawing and painting. She enjoys spending quiet afternoons working on her illustrations for her upcoming books. She loves to create realistic pictures and experience different paints and textures in her illustrations. Most of her illustrations and original artwork can be purchased. She also has created a card line that features her artwork as well. Gail has won many awards for her books, such as the New York City Art Director Club Award, the American Institution of Graphic Arts Award, National Science Teachers Association's Children's Book Council Award, Certification of Appreciation from the U.S. Postmaster General, Washington Post Children's Book Guild Nonfiction Award, American Library Association Notable Book Award, National Council of Social Studies Notable Children's Trade Book in the Field of Social Studies Award, National Science Teachers Association Outstanding Science Trade Books for Children Award, International Readings Association Children's Choice Award, and American Bestseller Pick of the Lists Award. Gail was awarded with the prestigious Washington Post Children's Book Guild Award for her overall contribution to children's fiction. Washington Post states, Gail Gibbons has taught more preschoolers and early readers about the world than any other children's writer and illustrator.
I want to make nonfiction visually exciting, but it's sort of natural for me to do that. I mean, I love bright colors, and I love artwork. I mean, I love doing my artwork. So, but when I'm plotting out a book, because of my graphic background and because of the television background, I can sort of visualize while I'm writing what is going to be on each page. Mentally, I can sort of see an image in my head of what is going to be on each page. And I don't want it to be boring. I want it to be visually exciting.
You can visit Gail Gibbons' website at www.gailgibbons.com. Her website consists of numerous tabs such as information on Gail's recent books, her book list, information about Gail and her family, Goose Green Maple Syrup Company, teaching resources, free downloadable teacher guides, and more information about Gail's artwork and card shop. To purchase Gail Gibbons books, visit your local bookstore or check them out at your local library.